Vibe coding, I'm sure you've heard of it by now. It's the hot new thing in the market and it's apparently going to put designers and developers out of job. Will it actually, or is it just another fad? Well, first of all, what exactly is vibe coding? Now, I kid you not, when I first heard of vibe coding, I thought it was vibes, Rasta vibes. Pause. Turns out it's not that. Alright, I was kind of disappointed, but apparently vibe coding is just people who don't know how to code or people who know how to code using AI to generate the code and just, giving into the vibes while coding, as per the person who coined the term vibe coding. But now the thing is, there are people who are not just coding, they're releasing products, they're releasing SaaS that's making them hundreds if not thousands of dollars. But what are the implications of this? They're doing all this without any developers, and this is where the fuss starts. Let me give you a general idea of how vibe coding works. Basically, you ask AIs or large language models like ChatGPT to create so and so kind of software, to give you a code for it. It could be a website, it could be an application, it could be a mobile application, it could be anything. You can just ask ChatGPT, hey, can you help me create a website with e-commerce functionalities from where I can sell cookies? Like, you just ask ChatGPT that and it's going to create an entire website for you. And after that, if you run into any problems, you again go back to ChatGPT and you say, hey, I'm running into XYZ problem, fix it. And it's gonna fix it again, and if the problem still persists, you're again gonna have to ask ChatGPT to fix it. Now, people are not manually asking ChatGPT within the chat area. That's not what they're doing. They're using tools like Cursor AI. There is, I think, tools like Bolt. If you are a designer, you've probably heard of Lovable. They're using all these different tools. I'm gonna give you an example. Cursor is basically VS Code slapped with AI. And whenever you're coding within your computer, your AI is going to be like your assistant and it's gonna help you code. Like, that's all it does. And yeah, I guess that is all vibe coding is. Now, there's two sides to this. On one hand, we've got people who say, this is the future, this is the start of natural language programming, and this is the end of developers, AIs will do everything for us. While on the other side, there are people who hate this. They think it's an abomination to society and how AIs cannot be relied upon. And also, once the project gets really big, the AI does not know what to do. The creator of the software, whatever it could be, does not know what to do. They're gonna hire developers to fix this AI coded mess, and apparently in the coming years, it's going to be an amazing career opportunity. What's your job description? And you're like, yeah, I fix vibe coded mess. I'm the vibe fixer. I'm the vibe corrector. I don't know. Actually, I do have first-hand experience in this. One person reached out to me via email and was like, hey, I need an hour or two of your time. I have vibe coded this website. I need your help fixing it. Dude thought I was a developer. I'm not. I believe the answer lies somewhere in the middle. Let me give you an example. If I were to create a website which converts .jpeg images to .png images, then guess what? This is a rather small project, and this is something I'll be comfortable vibe coding. There isn't a great scope you can push this project to, and as long as the project stays 80% similar, I'm sure you'll be fine just vibe coding it. But now suppose I was creating something like a learning management system, which handles courses, quizzes, enrollments, registrations, payment, and much more. Now this is a really big project. Like, this project has a massive scope. And this is where reliance on AI will fail you. Security is going to be the biggest concern. When you're handling user information, payment, etc., this is really tricky stuff. And guess what? World is not sunshine and rainbows. There's always going to be bad people who are going to try to get that information from you. And when someone does try to do so, what you going to do? Are you going to be like, hey, ChatGPT, can you help me fix this issue with my software where all my user information is getting leaked online and there are 40 people ready to sue me? Enter. All whilst you don't know what's causing the problem. Heck, you don't even know how to write basic HTML and CSS. That's a recipe for disaster. And now you might say, fine, whatever, I'll just get a developer when I'm at that point, right? And even that's tricky. Why? Because, developers, when they're developing a product, they know the file and the folder structure. They know which code does what in the backend. Basically, what I'm saying is, for them, the code has to make sense. So you can't just vibe code something, get a developer in, and expect him to just fix everything, all right? It might take the developer weeks or even months, depending on the code, to figure out how everything is working and then, make changes to it or fix whatever mess you've created. An even simpler example would be you taking a car that no mechanic can fix on a cross-country trip. Not very smart, but then again, if you have to just, travel to your granny's home a few miles away, it's not that big of a deal. And when I tell you once a project gets really big, AI starts removing codes, it starts something called hallucinating, it is a real thing. There are a lot of people who have had projects so big that apparently AI just removes random lines of code, it breaks everything, and it just freaks out. Like, that is happening. So let's circle back to our question. Should you be vibe coding? My suggestion, learn how to code first and then add the vibes later. Despite AI generating your code, which is totally fine, if you understand what the code is doing, then it helps you become a better developer as well. It's gonna save you a lot of time, it's gonna help you get better, and overall, it's also probably gonna save you from a doomsday. And well, what about the future? Is vibe coding really the start of natural language programming? Well, it kinda is, but at this current state, it cannot be relied upon. You can just keep up with how capable AIs are, and in the coming future, if it is the start of natural language programming, you can get into it very easily. If you know how to code, okay? That's always going to be a constant. You must understand what's happening in the background. And plus, here is my philosophy on AIs. Whatever piece of content I'm writing, whatever it is that I'm doing, I always circle back to this philosophy, and that is, full reliance on AI is going to kill your creative faculty. Soon enough, your brain will want to ask the next best LLM what the best move is on the chessboard, rather than thinking for itself, and that is a disaster. AI is a great power at our fingertips, and with great power comes great responsibility, as per the words of late Uncle Ben. Rest in peace. This video is sponsored by absolutely nobody. But if you're interested in learning WordPress, the CMS that powers over 40% of all the websites worldwide, and earn money while doing it, then check out tegral.co. I have a course there called the WordPress Side Hustle. In this course, I basically show you how to create websites using WordPress, how to sell those websites to other clients, find your clients, how to price your services, how to scale this thing further, and much, much more. If you're interested, you may check it out. This is a great way to help the channel as well. Now, for a very limited time, I have an early bird sale going on. You'll be really lucky if you get into it because the price is going to quadruple or even quintuple in the coming weeks. So yeah, make sure to check it out. And I get it. If you're questioning whether or not this course is worth it, then here are a few testimonials from some of the users who've already purchased the course. So there it is, going back to the video. So that's about it for vibe coding and whether or not you should be vibe coding in 2025. I hope you guys found that video helpful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. I'm Sid and I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Take care. Damn, I look sexy.